Hey everybody, welcome to episode 22 of Crunchy Review.
Crunch, crunch.
I'm your host, Dodger J, and joining me late tonight is...
Jared.
And when we're not dodging Mrs. Selner, we're watching some anime.
Mrs. Selner.
If you follow Select Your Player on Facebook, you would know what that means. But because you don't, you're...
And if you've seen the movie called Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. So you probably don't have no idea why we're referencing Mrs. Doubtfire. But tonight we're talking some anime, and which episodes are we talking about, Jared?
I'm not prepared. I didn't know we were talking anime. I thought we were talking sports tonight.
Oh, well then we were wrong.
Well, let's start when supernatural battles become commonplace. With
It's
episode
actually became.
Oh, it is.
I've been calling it become too.
Anyway, enough of that. And then we'll jump over to Akame ga Kill with episode 17. And then finish it up with Naruto Shippuden episodes. Oh, I thought it said 17, but that's season. Episode 383.
Spoiler, not much happened on Naruto.
That's why I chose it last. Because I don't even remember anything.
So we're going to supernatural battles. I looked up on the interwebs
What is that?
what that name they're always calling him means.
What does it mean?
It means that he's...
A pervert.
No. Now I can't remember the phrase they use, but it's... He has 8th grade syndrome.
What does that mean?
Which means he thinks he has, like, supernatural powers and stuff like that.
Is that common for
I
8th
guess! It has its own Wikipedia page.
graders? Is this a Japanese thing?
I don't know. It must be.
I'm confused.
But it kind of goes perfectly with the show.
What if I said not really?
Well, he has
It's no longer a syndrome.
Well,
He has them.
Maybe it's all in his mind, the whole series.
That would be horrible.
Would you be sad?
Yeah.
It might be. That might be how it turns out. So what?
He's just in class.
He's so freaking bored.
Chifuyu-chan.
So what did you think about this episode?
I liked it. It's
Yeah, it was
better than
good.
last episode.
Yes, it was. Starts off with some cosplay, which is always fun.
First of all, I love little girls in anime. Not like in a weird way. They're just so cute.
He's a pervert.
No, not in a perverted way. They're just so cute, like Squirtles or something.
They're little creatures.
They're like so cute.
They're little Pokemon. And you can catch them. Oh, that sounds even...
So it was, yeah. It was all about Chifuyu-chan this week.
Yes.
And we find out she has a little friend that
A cookie.
that takes care of her, guides her.
Yeah,
Is her
super weird relationship. But I guess it's...
It's not that weird. That kind of happens.
Yeah, it's a girl thing, though, I think.
No,
I didn't have a guy that was like, please tell me what to do.
You were that guy.
No. Yeah. So they start with some cosplay, like I was saying.
Yeah.
That was like the funny bit of the, and then it got real.
Real.
What does that mean?
How did it get real?
Well, because we were trying to mend this little girl's relationship.
With another little girl.
Because she thought she was abandoning her going to high school.
She was like, you like them more than me. And she's like, no. I just need them.
I need them because they fulfill needs that I'm not
getting with
from
you.
Oh.
It's not you, it's me. We also find out that she's related to their teacher.
Yeah. Their
It's her aunt.
sensei? Is that what they call her?
Something sensei.
Or senpai? No, they call her sensei. Yeah, it's her aunt. She's got a sister that doesn't have a face.
But apparently
And we get her backstory because she dropped her off at the high school because she's busy.
Oh, yeah, that was cute when they're all surrounding her.
Yeah, so she's like, can you watch this girl? Because I don't care.
She's like, girl!
I gotta go.
Would you leave your little niece
No.
with some
high
high schoolers?
Maybe. I think there's precedence for leaving kids with high schoolers.
How so?
Babysitters.
And you don't have to pay them.
Yes. This was a very open and shut case this week.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the other ones where it kind of like led into something. Like last week.
Yeah, with the brother and stuff.
Yeah. The animation in this one was very, like, I guess you would say not over the top. I want to say over the top, but I don't think that's the right word. It was just more like...
Expressive?
Yeah. Well...
More like comedic.
Yeah. And they kind of like broke the kind of shininess that's always over the show. Where you could tell like the animators kind of wanted to break loose.
Yeah. But
they're trying to restrain themselves. Because like if you think about like Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann, they're just like crazy the whole time.
Yeah.
But in this show, they got a certain style they have to keep.
They have the color of those eyes that you like so much.
I like those eyes. Can I have 2 colored eyes?
No.
Oh.
So where do you think this episode, or it's gonna go next?
Like I said, they didn't really lead into much. So...
More tennis?
More tennis, exactly.
Alright.
It's hard to predict this show.
Yeah.
Well, I guess last week wasn't hard. We predicted it.
Just because we saw the thumbnail.
No, because of the way they ended it.
We're
like, why is she leaving high school? And apparently she's leaving high school
to join them in... No, she's leaving elementary school.
Oh, yeah, leaving...
To join them in high school.
Yes. So she could be the same age as...
And abandon Cookie forever.
She's not going to abandon her.
Mm-hmm.
The guy... Anbu, is that his name? Ando. Ando. He kind of took one for the team. Being labeled a perv now, he can't go back.
Can't come back from that.
He's scarred for life. He's probably not allowed to go to elementary schools anymore.
But he gained the love of a little girl.
Oh, one thing that kind of was leading is they mentioned he had a sister. We haven't seen this sister yet. So maybe next week.
We haven't seen much family.
Of anyone,
yeah.
huh? You think we'll just keep getting these backstories of how everyone like came to be in this literature club?
Yeah, probably.
So who would you guess was next? So I'm thinking the girl with the sweater.
Yeah.
And she kind of has like a different relationship with him than the rest.
She like knew him longer or something.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Because she calls him a more like...
Juwan or something like that?
Yeah, she's got more like an intimate name for him.
Oh.
Or more familiar.
Intimate.
More familiar, I meant to
They've
say.
already been intimate.
So, what are we going on to next?
Akame got killed.
Dang.
This episode had the feels.
It had the feels.
It like made you feel and then you stopped feel and then you feel some more.
So, it was a drama bomb.
So who was right? I was wrong saying 2 would die.
I don't remember.
Between Bowles and Akame and Leon.
I thought Bowles was for sure gonna die.
In the explosion?
Yeah, and it kinda... I wish he would've.
Why?
Because I didn't really like his death scene.
He got poked in the neck.
I know, but... For his character, he's so goofy that it kind of, like... I don't know... It lessened the blow of him dying.
How?
Because even when he was dying, he was still kind of like, oh, I gotta get to my family.
That was dramatic.
It was, but I think it was not as dramatic as it could have been.
I think it's more dramatic.
Because it still had
Because of his love of family, he helped this little girl in the woods. Because he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I know. But it just seemed a little overdone. Like, if he would have died in the explosion, we probably would have seen him. He was just like laying there in his like, maybe his eyes closing, but he's seeing his family for one lame. Last time.
That's lame.
But it would. I think it would have fit better.
No, this was fun.
Because this try to do comedy and death at the same time, you know?
How is it doing comedy?
Because he meets the girl, remember?
Yeah.
Who ends up being Chelsea, and they're kind of having this
funny. She found his vulnerability.
Yes. And it was his goofiness.
Yes. I think you're wrong on this.
No.
Wrong. We'll come back to that. Wrong.
Well, can I go on a tangent?
Yes.
First of all, we forgot to mention with the new intro, which is not as good as the old intro.
No.
Wouldn't you say?
No, it's not as good.
The old one really got you pumped for the show, you know? You're like, it was rock, and it was just a good time.
Yeah.
This one, I don't even remember it. It's slower, it's kind of poppy.
It's just not as good.
Okay. And then
you had
the other tangent.
Bulls had to die this way though.
Because of Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which I understand. But the other tangent I was going to go on is a lot of criticism that I hear from this show is the fact that it tries to do the goofy with the serious, with like the gritty.
Yeah.
Because at times it's really goofy and at other times it's real serious.
Yeah.
And for me, I've seen like fantasy animes where they're serious all the time.
Yeah, and that gets old.
Yeah, and it doesn't keep your attention. I don't know if that means for like children because we need flashy stuff, but for me, if it's taking itself too seriously, it just kind of like it's overdone for me. And I don't want to follow it because there's no humor in it.
Yeah.
So, but this was the only time I had that problem was this Bowles death scene.
I have a problem with it, and I don't have a problem with this show.
But if you think about like Dragon Ball Z, it was super goofy at times, but it could also do seriousness well too.
It's like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
Super goofy the whole time, but then Will would like emote like crazy, and you'd start crying. And you'd be like, "What the heck? Where's this coming from?"
And did you believe Will?
Yes.
Did you believe he hurt?
Yes.
So it's just shonen. It's got to have its light moments.
Yeah.
Or else you got to watch shoujo, and it's kind of boring. I don't know. Could you explain the seriousness when it's trying to be serious the whole time? Why it's not as, I don't know, memorable?
It's just you get kind of bored with it. It gets old.
But that makes it sound like we can't follow it, but we can.
And positive emotion trumps negative emotion. I'm taking that from Inception. You gotta.
I guess it makes you like the characters more.
Yeah.
If you're just there not attached to the characters, you don't feel for it when they die.
Yeah.
I guess is what we're trying to say. And
because that guy's a miserable douche the whole time.
Yeah. So, like in this episode, we felt bad for Bowles because he had a family, and then we felt bad for the second death, or at least I did. Did you?
Yeah.
Because she died horribly, and she was a pretty nice person. So we're talking about Chelsea, of course.
So she tries to go off, disguised as Bowles, to kill Kurome.
And it doesn't work.
Akame's sister. And Love's like, maybe you shouldn't do that. And he was right.
Yes, he was.
She does the same thing she did to Bowles, but we find out she's drugged up. The juice is loose, if you will.
Kuroma.
Yeah. Kurome.
Kurome is drugged up.
Juiced. The juice is loose, I said.
Which I
don't understand how this juice works.
Yeah, because it seems like it hurts her more than it helps her.
I think it gives her low blood sugar.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. So she's on insulin.
I don't know how it makes her undefeatable, but... But she stabs her in the neck, and she gets up, and she's like, "How dare you?"
And she kills her.
And she gets all super creepy.
Well, she doesn't kill her. Her puppets do.
Puppets.
And it's pretty gruesome. They chop off her fingers.
It's old, like, village stuff they're doing.
Chop off arms and then the head.
It was old practice to mount heads on stakes to ward off the other villages, not to...
Or to warn them that they shouldn't...
mess with them.
Yeah.
And that kind of happened.
Yeah, and
poor little Tatsumi sees this. He's still not a man. He can't deal with this.
Luckily, he didn't know how she felt about it.
What was weird? The worst part of this episode, because it was weird, more than the bull's death, because I don't understand that at all, is like when she's dying and she was like, "Tatsumi, did I do good?" She's like almost obsessive over
it. She had like an unhealthy...
It's kind of weird.
Unhealthy attachment to him.
Yeah. That was the weirdest part for me.
We got her backstory, which wasn't much. She worked
Apparently, she's a schoolgirl.
No, what?
Because there was another girl dressed just like her.
Oh, yeah. But they worked for, like, this evil accountant.
It was like an academy.
Was it?
Yes.
That's not what I got from it.
That's what I did.
I thought he was, like, an evil accountant or something like
evil.
that. And he's like... And she saw the gruesome things he did, and she's like, I gotta kill this guy, and everyone cheered.
And she was on a horse.
It wasn't a strong backstory like the rest of them, and I was surprised that I felt as bad as I did for her, because she hasn't been on it that long.
I know, that was weird.
And, because I thought the Sasori guy, was not Sasori, what's
Sasano?
Yeah, I thought he'd die first, because he has less emotion than her.
He has more character, though.
I don't think so.
He's got that weird quirk.
But no, it was a hard-hitting death. They both lost teammates.
They both lost one.
And you could tell they were both upset.
Yeah.
They almost lost two on the night raid. Because the cat girl, she got pretty...
Oh, but she has regenerative powers.
Yeah. That was a weird part with Akame when she was like glowing when they were talking about it.
She's happy that she has regenerative powers?
I didn't understand what she was happy about.
I think she's just happy because everyone was okay.
Akame.
Because I rewatched that because I thought I missed something. But I think she's just happy because Tatsumi's like he talks right to her and he's like, isn't it nice that she's gonna be fine?
Yeah, I
and she's
remember
like,
that.
yes, and then she just like glows.
We got more of their backstory.
Oh yeah, little Akame.
Little tiny Akame. They look like cave people.
They did Battle Royale almost.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they did. And then they experimented on the younger one.
Yeah.
That's why she has medicine.
That's why she's on insulin.
Yeah.
They gave her diabetes.
Still not the strongest backstories. I guess it's a little better. But it's so cliche.
You're cliche.
Having, like, the girl assassins.
You're cliche. Where do you think this is going?
They set up that whole thing where they have to, like, assassinate the church leader. Remember that?
Not really.
Yeah. That was, like, the whole point of this. They wanted to get rid of the Jaegers so they could go assassinate that guy.
Oh.
So I think they're gonna have to go do that now.
Whatever happened to the Esdeath and that band of misfits?
They probably just killed them. There's no way band of misfits can... She's like, leave me two alive so we can talk to them.
Alright.
So let's go on to...
Naruto?
Nothingness. The big nothing.
The big skip.
So
you can literally skip this episode, nothing happened.
Yeah, it was a big speech episode, which...
Without a speech. Because I don't remember his speech.
We're having too much speech episodes from Naruto.
Who was speeching?
Well, first,
Oh yeah, Shikamaru's fine.
Yeah. He kind of had a speech.
Not really.
Yes, he was like, even though...
It was like, Naruto watches after me and then thumbs up.
He watches after all of us.
Thumbs up.
But, and then, the first Hokage had a little speech in the beginning when he was talking to the other Hokages at the council.
Yeah.
It just blends together and you can't remember it.
I don't even remember like a part that stood out to me in this episode.
Well, the reason you don't remember this episode is just because it was just nothingness. And then, they get the morale back up for the whole army. They try to cut down the tree. It's not gonna work. Sasuke and Naruto are fighting together. It's not gonna work. Obito is just too strong for them. Kakashi, we finally see him. You remember that?
Yeah, he was stitching up.
He gives this like speech about Obito trying to figure out the world through Naruto's eyes. And
little stuff happened again.
We're just ready
to end this.
Well, because you're reading about the manga ending and the new movie coming out, and you just want the anime to get there.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how long it's going to go. I don't think they've said. And we're hoping there's no filler left.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to do filler left because the manga's done.
Dude, if they do, I'll cry. I'll just finish it there. I'll just say, oh, that was it.
No.
Because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, we can't take too much of this nothing episodes.
It's gone on long enough. It's gone on almost...
I think we have a time limit. Obito or Madara, I can't even remember. Someone said that, you guys are out of time. This thing's gonna happen. I think in 15 minutes or something like that.
I don't know how that thing's not blooming.
Yeah, somewhere. No, blooming onion. But this was just a really weak episode.
And yet Joseph will put it above something.
It didn't get me excited for anything. Next week, I hope the stupid flower opens.
Just open!
So we can
do something!
So we can finally get down to business.
What was the business? I don't even remember.
You gotta stop the bad guys. It's always the business. So if you had to rank these episodes, what would they be?
The new Supernatural Battles. I always forget to shorten it. Supernatural Battles.
Number one?
Was definitely number one.
Really?
No, I just lied. I thought
about you totally
Akame. I forgot about the whole Akame talk.
Okay.
I thought it was... I don't know.
Akame.
Okay, let's start over. Akame, Supernatural Battles, Naruto.
And I'd go with the same exact ranking.
Yeah, Naruto, you know you're doing bad when you're not above something.
Whenever you see a death in Shonen, it's going to get a high ranking because it's kind of rare and it makes you have feels. Even though we haven't been with these characters that long, they already had like nice little quirks that we can like about them. Both characters weren't really evil.
Mm-mm.
Chelsea was a little crazy, maybe. She kind of reminds me of the girl with the dog.
Yeah.
Just on their team.
She wore a schoolgirl uniform.
With Dre Beats.
And a sucker.
Yeah, and she liked Tatsumi, which is...
I could be down with that.
Okay, yeah, it's better than some people.
No! Akame's still the best girl.
Alright.
And then Esdeath.
No! And then Supernatural Battles has the funny.
Yeah. Cute little girl.
And a real friendship you can tell between these people.
Hmm.
And then Kokkuri-san is amazing.
That is just a good show.
It is a wonderful show. If we reviewed it every week, it would just be amazing.
Yeah. It'd always be on top.
Yeah.
Also a cute little girl. Did you see her in those little, like, cold weather get-up?
Yes. She's adorable. You're getting kind of weird.
No,
you're gonna frighten people.
They're just cute.
It's
hard when they design them to be adorable.
They're adorable, like little creatures. Especially her, because she's a doll.
Yeah. And then she had a little dog on her back.
She's not really a doll. She's a girl that thinks she's a doll. So Naruto, get better.
You're sick. You need help.
Maybe you can get back to second place next week.
Yeah.
We're the Kon-Heads. We're at Select Your Player on Facebook and Tumblr. And
Subscribe to us on YouTube
why would they want to do that?
so they can hear us every week.
Every freaking week.
Maybe more. Because we have some Mrs. Doubtfire to talk about.
Yes. And then another show that's in the works. If you guys like video games.
Video games?
Yeah. And then Jared Ariano at Kon-Heads on Twitter.
Tweet.
That's where you guys should talk to him and then tell him how bad the show stinks and
how much you hate Sasuke.
and why SAO is the best anime of all time.
No, why it's the scum of the universe. Why it's poisoning people.
Yes. And I think that's it.
No, that's gonna be it.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night.